Attach the fusible interfacing to the front-facing 3 and back-facing 4 sections, matching notches and edges when pressing, as described in Sewing Directions Step 17. Facing is a small, separate piece of fabric used to finish the edge of a textile project. Interfacing adds shape, strength, and body to textile projects. Fusible interfacing has very small glue dots on the wrong side that, when applied with heat, will adhere to the fabric. Fusible interfacing should be chosen by weight, depending on the weight of the fabric being used for the project. Fusible interfacing should be applied to the wrong side of the fabric. Pin, then sew the front and back facing sections, matching right sides, raw edges, and notches as described in the sewing directions for Step 17. Finish the seam allowances and butterfly the seam for each side of the waistline facing as described in the sewing directions for Step 17. Finish the unnotched edge of the facing using the turned edge technique as described in Sewing Directions Step 17. The turned edge technique is an edge finishing technique. The edge is stitched 1/4 of an inch from the raw edge, folded along the stitching toward the wrong side of the fabric, and stitched again close to the raw edge. Please note that while the video shows the facing already attached to the skirt when completing the turned edge technique, you should complete the turned edge of the facing before attaching it to the skirt as described in the sewing directions for Step 17. Pin, then sew the facing to the skirt, matching right sides, raw edges, and notches. Facing should extend 5/8 of an inch beyond the center back opening as described in the sewing directions Steps 18. Pin from the front center out, placing pins at the notches first, then matching the seams and filling in between. Starting at the center front ensures the correct amount of edge, 5/8 of an inch, at the center back zipper. Trim the facing seam to 1/4 of an inch using the pinking shears. Then, clip the curves using small embroidery scissors as described in Sewing Directions Step 18.